So Caitlin Clark's injury is something that is going to
Footage has emerged proving WNBA referees definitely have an agenda against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever.
Fresh footage just dropped showing
The WNBA is in full-blown panic mode. Millions are being lost, fans are furious, and corrupt referees are under fire. And now, Caitlin Clark, the league's biggest star, is injured. What's really going on behind the scenes? Stay tuned, because this could change everything in women's basketball. A league at a crossroads, the WNBA's growing pains in the Caitlin Clark era. The WNBA, in its quest for broader recognition and legitimacy, now finds itself in the crosshairs of public scrutiny, and not for the reasons it had hoped. A string of officiating controversies has triggered an uproar across the basketball community, and at the center of this storm is none other than Indiana Fever rookie Caitlin Clark. It was supposed to be just another highlight reel moment in Clark's burgeoning career. In a closely fought battle against the New York Liberty, she darted toward the hoop in the final seconds, determined to flip the scoreboard. But just as she rose for a potential game winner, defender Natasha Cloud stepped in. There was contact, visible and jarring. The whistle never came. The game ended in heartbreak for Indiana, with the Liberty squeaking by in a 90-88 win. The replay made its rounds online within minutes, igniting debates on social media and sports talk shows. Clark's reaction was visceral, arms flailing, face etched with disbelief, and it mirrored the sentiment of Fever head coach Stephanie White, who blasted the officiating as egregious. The numbers told part of the story. The free throw differential leaned heavily in favor of the Liberty, raising eyebrows and suspicions. Was this merely a tough break, or a sign of something deeper? Many believe that Clark, despite her growing fame and massive following, is being judged by a different standard. That, critics argue, is the crux of the WNBA's current dilemma. When a league already fighting for mainstream traction begins to show cracks in its officiating integrity, the consequences can be long-lasting. Fans want authenticity. They want to believe the outcome on the scoreboard reflects the athlete's effort, not the referee's discretion. And if consistency and transparency aren't urgently addressed, the league's credibility and its future could suffer. The injury that shook the league's foundation. As if the officiating drama wasn't enough, another blow hit the WNBA shortly thereafter, this time quite literally. Caitlin Clark was ruled out with a left quadriceps strain, sidelining her for at least 2 weeks. For Indiana, it was a major setback, but for the league, it was a wake-up call. Clark is not just another promising rookie. Her arrival in the WNBA has been a catalyst for unprecedented excitement. Her magnetism on the court, fused with her relatable firebrand personality, brought in thousands of new fans. Suddenly, arenas were fuller, TV ratings were up, and kids across the country wore Fever jerseys to school. But with her injury came a sobering reality. The Fever's performance dipped immediately, and perhaps more tellingly, so did fan engagement. Ticket prices for the Fever's anticipated rematch with the Chicago Sky took a nosedive once Clark was ruled out. Games that once felt electric now carried a quieter hum. This dependence on a single player is a precarious position for any league to be in. While injuries are an inevitable part of sports, the WNBA's reliance on Clark to carry the weight of its momentum has revealed a structural vulnerability. If the league's growth rests on one superstar's shoulders, what happens when she's not there to play? Therein lies the opportunity and challenge. The WNBA must seize this moment to broaden its spotlight. It needs to elevate the profiles of more players, deepen its storytelling, and diversify its narratives. Building a robust ecosystem of stars, rather than revolving entirely around one, is crucial for long-term health. The financial ripple effect. Clark's absence isn't just a competitive concern, it's an economic one. Her presence has transformed the Fever into one of the league's biggest box office draws. Reports show that attendance at Fever games has doubled when she plays. Her jersey is a top seller. National broadcasts of her games regularly post ratings that rival men's sports. All of this constitutes what many are now calling the Clark effect, a phenomenon where one player singularly boosts not only a franchise, but the league's visibility and profitability. Her impact has led to merchandise flying off shelves, sponsorship deals being inked, and social media metrics spiking with every three-pointer she drains. But the moment she left the court due to injury, that upward trajectory took a hit. Attendance dropped, merch sales slowed, viewership waned, and with officiating controversies still swirling, even some sponsors have grown wary. Yes, the WNBA has already secured a promising TV deal starting in 2026, a beacon of long-term security. But the immediate turbulence stirred by Clark's absence underscores how dependent the league's financial pulse has become on her availability. If sustainability is the goal, and it must be, the WNBA must double down on cultivating marketable talent beyond just one player. It's not enough to bask in the glow of Caitlin Clark's brilliance. The league must prepare for the moments when she, or any star, is sidelined. The making of a modern icon. Still, it's impossible to overstate what Clark has done for the WNBA in such a short time. Her influence is tangible. Her games have broken attendance records. Her magnetic appeal has pushed teams to book larger arenas to accommodate a growing fan base. Her charisma has redefined what a WNBA star can look like. Clark is not just an athlete, she's a movement. Her rise has drawn in younger fans, more diverse audiences, and corporate partners who previously hesitated to invest in women's basketball. She's changed the dialogue around the league. And perhaps most importantly, she's put the WNBA in rooms it was never invited to before. She has also sparked deeper conversations about how women's sports are marketed, how athletes are protected, and how leagues should navigate the fine balance between star power and systemic strength. Caitlin Clark, in many ways, is both the face of the WNBA's current success and the mirror reflecting its vulnerabilities. Her journey is far from over, but the league must decide how to grow alongside her, not just ride her coattails. Because while Clark is a once-in-a-generation talent, a sustainable league must be built on a foundation stronger than one player's brilliance. The WNBA's future may be brighter than ever, but only if it learns to shine from many stars, not just one. Reframing the spotlight, Caitlin Clark and the shifting landscape of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's rise in the WNBA has been nothing short of extraordinary. With jaw-dropping performances and a magnetic presence on and off the court, she's captured the attention of fans, pundits, and media outlets alike. But with this spotlight has come a torrent of questions that extend far beyond her stat lines. Clark's ascension has inadvertently placed her at the heart of a larger discourse, one that wrestles with race, privilege, visibility, and how the media chooses its darlings. There are those who argue that Clark's fame has eclipsed that of other deserving players, many of whom have been building impressive careers long before she turned pro. The suggestion here isn't to discredit Clark's talent or marketability, but rather to highlight a pattern that critics believe stems from deeper societal biases. Who receives coverage, and who doesn't, remains a potent topic in the world of sports, and the WNBA is not immune to that scrutiny. Still, Clark has managed to navigate this complex terrain with a steady focus. Rather than engage directly with the conversation swirling around her, she continues to underscore team goals, often redirecting praise toward collective efforts. But while she maintains her poise, the responsibility of engaging with these larger structural questions ultimately falls on the league itself. The WNBA, if it wants to sustain long-term success and cultural resonance, must reckon with its representation strategy. Visibility in media, equitable recognition, and a broader celebration of talent, beyond marketable figures, are not just ethical imperatives, they're also strategic necessities. A league that aspires to grow can't afford to have its narrative shaped around a select few. Clark's situation is a mirror reflecting the wider ecosystem the WNBA operates within. Her experience has become a focal point in examining how the league balances promotional tactics with the equally important task of fostering inclusivity and parity. This isn't just about one player, it's about what kind of league the WNBA wants to be in the years to come. Strength in the shadows, Indiana Fever without their star. While Clark's name often headlines the news, her recent absence from the Indiana Fever lineup told a different story, one about team resilience and depth. When Clark was sidelined, many wondered how the Fever would cope without their centerpiece. The answer? By stepping up collectively and proving they are far more than a one-woman show. Players like Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell have elevated their games, embracing leadership roles and making crucial contributions in Clark's absence. Their performances have not only kept the team competitive, but have also forced a reevaluation of the Fever's overall potential. Credit must also go to head coach Stephanie White, who has recalibrated the team's approach during this stretch. By emphasizing ball movement, shared scoring responsibilities, and a commitment to defense, she has cultivated a more balanced and unified squad. The result is a team that, while missing its brightest star, continues to forge its identity and grow stronger. This period has offered a golden opportunity for emerging players to shine, build confidence, and develop chemistry. These intangible gains could become game changers once Clark returns, offering the Fever a stronger, more adaptable unit heading into the second half of the season. The WNBA's challenge: fair play beyond the court. Recent controversies surrounding Clark have also unearthed long-standing issues within the WNBA, particularly around officiating and media strategy. Inconsistent calls and questionable referee decisions have stirred frustration among players and fans, raising concerns about the league's competitive integrity. No league can thrive if fairness is in doubt. The WNBA must act decisively to restore faith in its officiating. Uniform standards and improved training are non-negotiable steps if the league wants to build and maintain a loyal fan base. Just as pressing is the matter of how the league tells its stories. Right now, Clark's image dominates promotional content, merchandise, and headlines. While her star power is undeniable, it also reveals an over-reliance on one narrative, a potentially fragile position for a league still growing its audience. For long-term success, the WNBA must invest in its full roster of talent. That means giving equal attention to players of all backgrounds, elevating a variety of voices, and expanding the media spotlight beyond a single figure. Moving forward, what Clark's journey teaches us. Clark's journey so far is a study in contrasts, individual brilliance surrounded by systemic complexity. Her talent and impact on the game are inspiring, but they also expose the cracks in how the WNBA manages visibility, equity, and growth. The lessons are clear. To thrive, the league must ensure fair and consistent officiating, create space for more voices, and resist the temptation to place the weight of its brand on one athlete's shoulders. The future of the WNBA depends on building a foundation where many stories can flourish, and where stars rise as part of a constellation, not in isolation. Things aren't looking good for the WNBA. Will they clean up the mess or lose even more fans and money? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button if you care about fairness in sports, and don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates. This story isn't over.